All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And this should be episode 121. It is Saturday, October 19th, 2024. It's early in the day, but I have to do this now. Okay, so I say podcast because there's other mediums as well. There's a blog, which this one you're gonna want to go to the blog because there's an interesting video. Well, I think it's interesting. You may want to see it and read the transcript, but that's just me. Okay, and then rss.com has a transcript for those of you who cannot understand me. Spotify.com has video and audio. Rumble has video. And I did switch over YouTube. I guess YouTube has commercials also, though, right? But let me tell you something. If you use Brave, 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 it's a browser. If you watch YouTube in Brave, the commercials, they're much less. That was very good grammar, wasn't it? I don't know how to describe it. They still pop up, but they don't show. The ads don't play. You click this button. It shows you that there should be an ad playing, and the video that you're watching does stop, but it's it's just better. It's better. Okay? Well, I think it's better. All right. Anyway, so let me see. myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. Wherever you are enjoying this content, if there's a more or intro or info or description, something like that, if you click that word, another box opens and it will have a link to the blog in it. All right, so let's get to it. So it's been a while. I haven't posted because there hasn't really been anything post-worthy about the money, right? There's lots of kablooies, lots of aggressive conflict maneuvers, right? But I don't, you can see that. If you want to see that, you can see that on world news, right? And so we'll get into a little bit of that because they did uh unalive a major Hamas person. I'm sure you heard about that. Probably saw that. Um and yeah, so that was big news. And the Kurds, they did their vote. They had their elections, but that doesn't have anything to do with the RV. So, life is moving forward for them. They're doing life. All right, but today there's another commercial out. So that's what the title. Millions of Iraqis' pockets replace heavy cash with light cards. Now, remember that is Arabic being translated by AI, right? And then they had another title. Oh, it's here twice. I don't know what I do. Sometimes I do that. I don't know how I do that, but whatever. But here it's also under this title. I want to spread awareness about electronic payment. Ready to use it? So this is the image. See, it's a he, and you'll see. He's getting his card in the mail, right? And look, theirs is even uh, more secure than ours. So it says 18 million electronic cards. Yes, this number represents the number of cards that have been issued and are used by Iraqis everywhere. And they are. And there was another guy on Twitter that he actually did show himself traveling. He was in Turkey and maybe London, I don't know, somewhere else. But I can't find it. I don't know what I did. But so if I find it, I'll put it on the next one. But it was totally in Arabic on Twitter. So there was no way to transcribe it. That's why I like when I can find them on YouTube, because I can transcribe it when it's on YouTube. So electronic payment has become a basic requirement of life these days, and we want to see advanced campaigns such as hashtag, however you say that, to spread awareness about this trend. How are you with electronic payment? Are you ready to use it? So here's the link if you want to see it yourself. And then here I've embedded it on the blog. So if you want to see it in full, here's what it says. If you're an Iraqi, you still can't buy anything from abroad for many years. Communication. Our country was few in the world, especially those we want. We buy something online, and the reason is we don't have to pay. But really, that probably means we want to buy something online, but we can't because we don't have a way to pay, right? But cash has changed from the development of Iraq to the development. How do Iraqis pay? By carrying it. Sorry, but the limit now is about 10 Iraqi banks. Cards have been introduced for citizens, and this is how we can buy from any site in the world safely and quickly. According to estimates, more than 18 million electronic cards have been issued for citizens so far. Encouragement from the government and the central bank, so we can develop our communication and the world. And now bank, please talk to us. I'm sure that's bad translations, right? Until we make a card, make it. How do you not think it is more expensive for you? So I don't know, but I'm going to play. Okay, so I'm not going to play the sound, right? Because it's only 41 minutes. So I want you to see it. But now this is on Facebook. See, it's the same video. There he is. See his card. There's some places. There's a store. Look, it says millions of Iraqis' pockets replace heavy cash with light cards. There you see he's showing it. There's a CBI building. There he's putting his card in the ATM. Well, I want to pause this. This is the 10,000? 5,000. This is the 5,000 note, right? And they have it hanging. I wonder what it says. I don't know. But so they have a picture of that, right? I thought that was interesting. That's hanging. So here's the point of sale machine. He's at the beach. He's out at night. That's Sudani. I'm not sure why they're showing Sudani. And then there he is. So that's it. And if you do that hashtag whatever, I guess, on Twitter and Facebook, maybe you get more videos. But like I said, they'll be in Arabic. All right. So I have that there on the blog if you want to see that. Here, Sudani's advisor. And who is that? Of course, Mohammed Saleh. Iraq maintains an effective hedging tool to protect the dinar and curb inflation and volatility. That's one headline. Same article, but this is a different headline. Government advisor reveals benefits of increasing Iraq's share in the IMF. So I'm fairly certain I talked about this article. Here's the original article. Iraq increases reserves at IMF by 50%. And what was it talking about? The SDRs. Monies held by certain countries, the big countries, Japan, us, China, the EU, Oh, my battery's dying. Look at that. Because I've been working. All right. Um, the major countries. So, but um, Iraq is one of them. Iraq has money in the form of the SDRs held at the IMF. And I was like, this is major. This is a good article. But no one seemed to be seeing what I saw in it, right? So, 4 days later, Mohammed Saleh goes on TV and explains why it's important to the country. So he confirmed Saturday that increasing Iraq's share of the IMF fund is a step to confront economic challenges and stabilize the dinar, while indicating that it is a tool against exchange rate fluctuations and inflation problems and enhancing investor confidence in the Iraqi economy. So it seems to me they're doing more to bolster their reserves, not only in their country, the CBI, but also with the IMF. So, is this something that was needed to move forward? I doubt it, but it helps. It definitely helps. So then he talks about the gold reserve, and that is also supporting the value of the Iraqi dinar and achieving the desired economic stability. Then they talk about inflation, how gold is a hedge against inflation or devaluation of currencies, because that's what inflation is, right? Um, so yeah, there's more about the gold. He pointed out the monetary authority in our country has sought in recent years to increase its gold reserves in order to confront economic challenges and ensure the stability in the Iraqi dinar. Mm. So he's now this, and remember, this is what the article is saying. Who knows what he really said on TV, right? Um, so gold remains a protection against fluctuations in exchange rates and inflation problems and contributes to enhancing investor confidence in the Iraqi economy. So, yeah, so the article's out. Like I said, it has more than one headline, but it's the same article basically saying the same thing. Here, this was pretty interesting, mapping the role of fintech in Iraq. So here, what is that? If you don't know, that is a 25K note. Yeah. Um, Mapping the role of fintech in Iraq finds that the financial landscape in Iraq is undergoing a significant transformation, largely driven by the rise of financial technology. So there is a report. Oh, I'm going to show you the report, but look at this. They now have 3 more uh, cryptocurrencies that convert to the Iraqi dinar. I've never heard of these. The top spot online, and its name is Spot. Here's another one. Goggles. Convert goggles to Iraqi dinar. And then this one. I don't know. How do you say that? Om. But whatever it is now convertible to the Iraqi dinar. So the young people, and notice that guy in that video that I just showed you, he was young, right? Probably 20, 30 years old. All right. Let's see. Here's the report. Mapping the role of fintech in Iraq. Excuse me. It's in English, and it's 17 pages, but look at not the writing's kind of big. Then they have charts and graphs and stuff. So look at this. They used a whole half of a page to have a image of the CBI. So it doesn't mention the rate or anything. It's talking about the accomplishments and what they want to do. Also, see, some of these banks still don't offer it. Oh, that's my phone. So yeah, so if you want to check that out, I have the link on the blog. This a little short article, and then here's the link. Click here to download the full 17-page report. This was really big news for them today. I think my mouse just died. Iraq signs gas supply agreement with Turkmenistan. And then also there's more talk in the news about Turkey, perhaps them getting that pipeline. I can't think of the name right now, but the one that's been down for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. They're still going back and forth about that. Turkey must have reneged on their deal about the water because they're in discussion again about, hey, you're supposed to release water. If you don't release water, we're going to hold back on this. So something definitely is going on there with Turkey. They've been catching almost like every weekend, they catch people with counterfeited money in either just in the country or trying to come in the country. So they have this article. They had another bust, and also but these people had the equipment to make the counterfeit money. So that's, bigger than just catching people with counterfeit money. So they wrote an article. Counterfeiting currency in Iraq is the responsibility of the central bank or the government. Because somehow someone's getting that equipment, right? So you can read that. The bank's goal when it issues its currency is to work on finding ways to protect this currency from counterfeiting, and this matter exists in all countries of the world. Yes, it does. All right. Here, they've been talking about this all week, and it's in the news again today. Ernst & Young presents plan to reform Rafidan Bank to Iraqi Prime Minister, and it's the same thing. They had a meet, and they're still showing the meeting. They're still talking about the meeting on the news also. So they got instructions from Ernst & Young on how to restructure. But look at this. Also, it says the new legal status. The new legal status of the Rafidan Bank. So, how long is that going to take? Who knows? We don't know. But of course, what is it for? To give confidence to the citizens, in addition to enhancing cooperation with local and foreign investors. We like that. Alina Romanowski said a vibrant private sector and reforms in the banking sector could attract investment to Iraq. You think? And there's the tweet there if you want to blow it up. So yeah. She just said she had a discussion that was fruitful. It took place with the ambassadors of the Iraqi-Economic Contact Group, the Trade Bank of Iraq, and the Prime Minister's office. All right. Here's another. So this isn't so much about the SDRs that they just pumped up the balance with the IMF. This is just about gold again, because I'm sure you know gold is over $2,700 now. And silver got to almost $34. Did you see that? Government advisor Cash Gold brings stability, faces challenges. Look at that picture. Isn't that a beautiful picture? So he was on TV probably. So they probably in the discussion about the IMF, they just took the other conversation and wrote a different article. But here, monetary gold. Gold is a means of supporting the value of the Iraqi dinar and achieving the desired economic stability. One thing I forgot to share with you guys was, for the first time ever, they have at 4 airports, they have installed machines and little, they're not stores, but there are places where people are bringing in jewelry, gold jewelry, to get it evaluated right at the airport. So I thought that was interesting. And they did emphasize jewelry. So I'm guessing maybe they're having a influx of fake gold jewelry, or that it's not the percentage that it's supposed to be. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting. And they did emphasize it was for the first time. All right. Ooh, we're at 20 minutes. Increase in the market value of companies listed on the Iraqi Stock Exchange. You might want to read this. It says for the first time, they hit over 20 trillion dinars. Banking sector. Company. I thought it was right here. Yeah. For securities to exceed the 20 trillion dinar barrier for the first time. So that guy, he's making good on his promises. So here they had a pretty big meeting today. Sudani's there. That's the president of Iraq. Latif Abdul. He's got 4 names. I can never remember all of them. And then this is that judge that I don't like. That Iranian. He is an Iranian, but he is the Supreme Judicial Council. Or I call him Judge Z also. They had a meeting. Now let's see. The thing that I wanted to read to you, was it this? No, maybe. There was one paragraph. Financial aspect in order to finance. Yeah. The meeting also touched on the government measures taken in the financial aspect in order to ensure the financing of ministries and governance from the investment budget and the regional development budget. Where are these budgets? In addition to preparing the appropriate environment and logistical requirements for the Independent High Electoral Commission to begin its preparations for the parliamentary elections scheduled for next year. All right. If you didn't hear about this, you will. Drones launched from Lebanon directly hit Netanyahu's residence, but he wasn't home. But of course, he's very angry and he's made some statements to the press you can watch, I'm sure, on regular news. Antony Blinken to return back to the Middle East next Tuesday. This was interesting. So this is from actually, today's Saturday. Yeah, this is from Thursday. But they are having a specialized course that they want certain companies, A, B, and C type companies, to take. And it has to do with exchanging foreign currencies. So, and it was 3 pages. It was a list, a 3-page list, but and it was just names, probably bank names and people names. But yeah, so they have the time and everything, and I think they have to pay 200,000 dinars per participant to go to take it and get the license. So that's good. That shows they're getting ready, right, to receive other foreign currencies. But we knew that. But this shows forward movement. This was a pretty big article, even though it's not. It's the information in it is pretty heavy. And guess who made the announcement? Mohammed Saleh. Government advisor identifies 4 directions to revitalize the private sector in Iraq. So I'm not going to read this, but you should. It's a list of projects. It even talks about the Grand Fa, which you guys know I just love talking about that, right? I'm being facetious. I can't stand talking about that. I think it has nothing to do with the RV. And the Development Road Project, another thing that I don't like to talk about. But anyway, they are getting ready to do some tests on this the Grand Fa port. They're going to test 6 berths. That's where the ships come in. And some trucking routes also. So I thought that was interesting. They're getting ready to move forward and test that. But yeah, so you should read this. It really lists a lot. There's a lot of information here. And I'm like, I think Sadani should be announcing this, right? But no, it's Mohammed Saleh. All right, a new law to reform the Iraqi economy. Will it achieve aspirations? That's my phone. So you can read that. An important step. This law is important is an important step on the path to economic reform, but it will not achieve the desired results without including specific provisions that focus on developing the productive sectors, most notably the industrial and agricultural sectors, and reducing dependence on oil revenues as a primary source of national income. Good luck with that. All right, so these will be going into stuff I don't want to talk about. Okay, but this one is, so this base right here, base, this is the one that gets kablooied a lot. I think, is this the one in Syria? But anyway, so out of the blue, they took off the high alert and they just put it back. After a cautious calm, a sudden state of alert was imposed in this base, which is in Anbar. So there's lots of helicopter flights. Yeah, but what? So here is after. Let's see. Look at this. Sinwar's departure. You see. So this is Yahya Sinwar. He was the yeah, not gonna say that. Okay, but I almost said it though, didn't I? But yeah, here, this word right here. He was the head person that supposedly masterminded what happened on October 7th, 2023. Yeah. So you would think after getting him, things would be over. Oh, I don't have his statement. But BB said, yeah, we got him, but the war's not over. So yeah, so there's lots of talk back and forth, like I said, you can see all of that on the regular news. So yeah, that's why I hadn't posted, because there's not much. The parallel market rate, the dollar market rate is coming down, but it hasn't gotten below 1520 dinars per dollar, but it hasn't gone past 1550 either. So that's that, right? We're waiting for that. So maybe tomorrow, which will be Sunday, maybe there'll be some, I almost said more better. I did graduate college. I promise you I did. But I am a prime example of when you don't use your skills, you lose them. But anyway, so, yeah. So there's lots going on. Good stuff with the stock market. They're building projects. I just keep telling you guys, uh, paving streets. It's getting to the point. Sudani, one day he opened 3 new schools, I think, somewhere where there were children. So I did think they were schools. And he just did them like via Skype, all at the same time. They had their opening ceremonies and the kids are there singing and waving their Iraqi flags. And then a person there cut the ribbon, right? And then he gave like a speech or a blessing or something. I'm not sure, because he kept saying Allah. So I know it had something to do with God. And and everything. So yeah, they're just moving forward. They're moving right along, and hopefully, you know, their money and the rate is going to come right along with them. All right, so thank you for your 30 minutes of your Saturday. I will be ending this out with accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. I thank you for listening and following and liking and all of that good stuff. Um, the Since I don't post regularly, wherever you are enjoying this content, if there's a follow, subscribe, join, or some type of button like that, take the necessary action to activate that. And if technology works as it is intended to, when I post, you'll be updated. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, possibly weekend, because if there's nothing worth posting, I won't. Sundays, I like to, faith and football, family, whatever, right? Definitely faith and football on Sunday. All right. Thanks again. Thanks for those who have sent me a little gift for support. I appreciate that, really. You have no idea. And yeah, until next time. Thank you.